3, 2, 1.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Puff and Steph Podcast. Hello, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for having us on your listening device. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Actually, everyone who's going to join us tonight. Yeah, for Tuesday with Livia. What am I talking about? It's tonight. Sorry, days run together. You can hang out. Livia, take requests. We're going to give away some free stuff. It's a good time. Thank you very much in advance for hanging out with us. Just a quick heads up. Steph is taking a few days off, so I had to think to myself, stroking my fake beard. Who can I get to hang out with me while Steph is off for a few days? First 3 people said no, so I decided to go with Sami.
Ouch.
Hey.
Well, on that note, I'm leaving.
What up, girl?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm well, except for as soon as you showed up, I started, coughing. Did you notice that?
Oh, don't start that.
Didn't you notice? I'm just clearing my throat. It's like throat clears.
Well, blame it on allergies.
Sure, that's what it is. No, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for filling in for Steph while she is on a little bit of a leave. She'll be back soon. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Hopefully everyone is staying safe. Hopefully everybody is, liking and loving each other. Everyone love everyone.
Stop being mean.
That's the rules. Everyone love everyone.
Can we all just get along?
So this story is hilarious. Coming to us from Australia.
You have to do it in your Australian accent.
I can't. Some of this I will. I can't do the whole thing. This guy had a really weird fantasy. Like, everyone's kind of into what they're into.
Right.
This guy was into something that we can all get together and judge him. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to be tied up while wearing just his underpants.
Okay, that's not crazy.
Right. So he advertised that he wanted to be tied up and have a broom handle rubbed around his underwear. So, when I hear tied up and broom handle, I don't think rubbed around. I was like, oh.
Nothing pleasant.
Yeah, I was like, oh. And then I started to think, would that feel good?
I'm not helping you figure that out.
If you were a real friend, you would tie me up while I'm in my underwear and rub me with a broom handle.
No.
He was willing to pay $5,000 if it was, in his words, really good.
$5,000.
$5,000.
Is that like American dollars? Because I don't know the currency.
Let's just call it $5,000 American.
How do I go about getting this job?
Well, he did it over Facebook. He made arrangements with a man on Facebook for people to engage in role play, sent his address. He later updated after moving to another home, but somehow they still got messed up, and these people went to the wrong house. Right? A resident living on the same street as the first address was in bed wearing a sleep apnea mask. Okay? He heard a strange noise and he woke up and this voice was asking him his name. He took off the mask to find out that there were 2 men in his room, both carrying machetes.
So they forgot the broom? They skipped that part and just brought machetes?
Maybe it was like he had his own. I don't know if it was BYOB.
Bring your own broom.
Yeah, I don't. He might like, don't worry, I have the perfect broom picked out. All right, I've thought about this long and hard. I know what.
Never mind.
Long and hard. He said, don't worry about it. I got the broom handle picked out. You two just show up and make me strip down.
So this poor, I'm just assuming old guy. I don't know why, but probably had a heart attack.
Right, a sleep apnea mask on. This little thing going in the background.
You pull it off and
he's like, oh my God, what are you doing? When the men figured out that they were in the wrong house.
My bad.
Better than that. One man apologized by going, sorry, mate. And then shook his hand.
So that's not awkward at all.
No.
That's funny.
No, not one bit. So he shook his hand. Then they left, driving off. The resident then contacted the police, who managed to locate them at the intended client's house. So they ended up they must have Facebook Messenger, OMG, you'll never know what just happened, or you never guess what just happened. We were in the wrong person's house. OMG, that's crazy. Can you still come rub me with the broom handle? Absolutely, we want to make $5,000. So they ended up, I don't know how, but they ended up at the right person's address, like the police. So how did the police know where they go? Like, oh, that must be Rodney. He's the weird one in town. We've been to his house a few times.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if this is a good thing or not, and maybe it's one of those things where justice did prevail because these people didn't mean to do it.
Right. It was an honest mistake.
They were like, sorry, mate. They were arrested and charged with intimidation while armed with an offensive weapon, but the judge at the trial acquitted the men, explaining that they had carried the machetes simply as a prop to use in the client's fantasy. They're not trying to intimidate the man in the wrong house.
Or maybe the judge knows them because of other things. Like, you know what?
Maybe
let's just throw this out.
You're going to throw this case out, Judge. You know what we did last Tuesday.
Yeah, but $5,000. I want that job.
Yeah. Listen, I'm willing to do this job.
I'm willing to do it for like $3,000.
I'll do it for $1,500. Haha, undercut Sami. Who do you want rubbing you with a broom handle? Me or Sami?
Don't answer that.
What's-
Anybody, please.
Comment on Facebook. Who do you want rubbing you with a broom handle?
Times are tough right now.
Hey.
$20 is $20.
It sure is.
Oh, goodness.
Speaking of times being tough, one thing that makes it feel like we are getting closer to normalcy is the fact that we hear a lot of these theme parks are opening up. Disney's opening up in Florida soon. Got Six Flags' very own Hershey Park here in Central PA. Looks like it's opening up really soon. But they're all opening up with these guidelines. For me, I look at the Disney guidelines and I'm like, maybe I want to visit Disney right now because I don't like a lot of people and they only allowing like a small percentage of the normal occupancy.
And the lines wouldn't be so long.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd be long because you have to stand so far away.
But there wouldn't be as many people.
Yeah.
In theory, you should be able to go through things faster. But I don't know. I think this Japanese amusement park situation is taking a little bit too far. The Association of Theme Park Operators in Japan, they've outlined a set of recommended guidelines for reopening the country's amusement parks. Usual recommendations such as reduced capacity, increasing the frequency of cleanings, installing hand washing stations, temperature checking, all wearing masks, all that stuff that doesn't sound like fun, but if they want to operate, probably have to. Here's where it gets weird. Employees are asked to refrain from using their voice to communicate with guests. So if you're like, where's the nearest restroom? Just point. Okay, well, that seems rude, but thanks. They're asking people to be quiet because they want to help minimize any droplets of spittle spraying out of the mouth.
So, but whispering, doesn't that, like, if I whisper, I'm more likely to spit than I am if I'm screaming, I feel like.
Hey, I'm having a really good time today. How about you? I really enjoyed the Super Duper Looper.
Shh. Quiet down.
Sound like Batman. Do you want to go on the Great Bear? Here's the thing, guests, right? So they have everything that the employees are supposed to do. Guests, no kidding, are being asked not to scream or be loud when they're on the thrill rides.
How do you even help that?
I don't know.
Like, I go in there like, yeah, I can do this. I'm not scared. And I'll still scream like a little girl.
Sure, me too. Totally.
So what happens if you scream?
You get kicked out and beaten. Like, seriously, if it's in Disney, you get kicked out and beaten by Mickey Mouse. If it's
that might be worth it.
If it's at Hershey Park, the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup takes you out. Takes you behind one of the dumpsters and just beats the crap out of you. How dare you scream in fun?
How dare you have fun? I wouldn't go.
No,
I would not.
I don't know. I think it's more of a suggestion, an ask.
Yeah.
Than
Do
a
they have
demand.
enforcers?
I don't think so.
Do you think the enforcers would be the big characters?
Costume characters?
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, you doing all right? Yeah, I just got a new job. What are you doing? I'm a bouncer at Hershey Park. Anyone has too much fun, I throw them out.
Oh.
Coming up in just a couple of seconds, I like fast food, obviously, but I don't know if I like it this much.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
QuickSave Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part, it's free. QuickSave Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the QuickSave Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Hey honey, how are the taxes going?
Pretty good. Let's see. We either get $800 back or we owe $4,000.
I think we should call H&R Block.
Let's face it, taxes can be confusing and the laws seem to change every year. Let the professionals at your local H&R Block take the worry out of your tax season. H&R Block in Dillsburg, Newville, Biglerville, Fairfield, and Gettysburg have been owned by the same family for over 50 years, and they've been there for every tax law change along the way. Don't leave money on the table. File your taxes confidently with H&R Block.
Everyone is going through something right now, and we're all in this together. That's why CBD American Shaman of PA is looking out for you and your health. During this trying time, CBD American Shaman of PA is focused on safety and the needs of their customers. That's why right now they're offering curbside pickup along with home deliveries. Let American Shaman help you manage these stressful times. To find out how to get high-quality CBD products and a free bottle of Shaman cleansing gel without even leaving your car or home, visit hempashealth.com. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com.
Now back to the Puff and Steph podcast.
We are back. Just a reminder, that's not Steph, that's a Sami. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. Okay. So, two 23-year-old people in England broke free from their 8-week coronavirus lockdown to take a day trip last weekend.
To the beach.
Nope. To the nearest McDonald's drive-thru. Now, it's a little bit different. McDonald's has not been open this whole time. Like the one close to here, close to my house, it's been open this entire time.
Right.
It's never closed.
Right.
It's
just the drive-thru.
Yeah, you just go through the drive-thru. It hasn't been like that in England.
Gotcha.
They've been closed. Like just you can't go, period. They're not serving a Mick anything. So apparently one opened that was 6 hours away from where they live, and they decided to take the 250-mile round trip 3 hours away. They spent, let's see, what'd they spend? $25 on a large Big Mac meal, a large McNugget meal, 2 double cheeseburgers, 1 McChicken, a cheeseburger, and a Filet-O-Fish. Extra costs included spending about $33 on gas and waiting in a 30-car line at the drive-thru when they arrived.
Listen, I like McDonald's,
Who doesn't?
but I'm not doing all that.
No.
I've driven an hour to go to an IHOP, but I ate inside, and I got my...
You drove an hour?
Yeah, before they had the one in Harrisburg, there was, I think it's Philly or somewhere.
Was
They
it
had one.
worth it?
Oh, yeah. I love me some pancakes.
Denny's has pancakes.
I know, but you see the commercials and you're like, I want that, and there's no around
Diners
here,
have
so-
pancakes.
This was different, all right?
See, I don't know if you're going to hate me for this. IHOP, overrated. I think it's a little overrated, personally.
I like it. An hour, not really sucking up too much of my time.
They enjoyed eating their entire order, sitting in the car in the McDonald's parking lot before driving the 250 miles back. Oh, no, it's 250 miles round trip. So it was, 125 miles back?
Yeah.
Yeah, the couple said...
Did they eat it all?
I think so. They said despite the time and the money spent, they regret nothing. I regret nothing!
Well, you gotta figure, too, if there's really nothing else going on, so what's a 3-hour road trip to get something
It is.
to eat?
I'm sure it is nice if you've been on lockdown to get out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine. I don't care. Like, I even have, I wrote a little note underneath this story saying, what food would you drive a long distance for?
I was gonna ask you, what would you, or which place?
There's some stuff from back home in Western New York that I love that just you can't get up here
Right.
or down here. There's a thing called beef on wick, which is basically a fancy roast beef sandwich. It's fantastic. I'm not doing it justice with my explanation, but it's fantastic. Some really, really fantastic chicken wings. But there's also decent wings around here, too. I'm really trying to think of what I would drive a long distance for.
And what's a long distance?
Let's just say it's this. Let's say
3 hours.
Let's say you're driving 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Would you drive?
Because by the time you get there, you're not going to be hungry anymore anyway.
What are you driving 3 hours for? Is there anything out there? We will actually ask you this question in the Facebook. We want you for the Facebook comments. Is there any food that you would drive 3 hours for? And if we're both saying no, I think that means we haven't really lived.
Listen, I've driven an hour for Cheesecake Factory recently. I think that's where I have to draw the line. Like, I'm not driving more than an hour for food. You're some kind of fat if you do that.
Some kind of
You are
fat.
some kind of extra fat.
Like, if I move away from here, like, let's say I move 3 hours from here.
There's nothing bringing you back.
Am I coming back here for? Of course, there's something bringing me back, Sammy. I'm looking at one of the.
No, I meant food.
Yeah, but no, I don't think so. Is there anything around here, food-wise, that you would miss if you moved away?
No.
I don't think so either. Not to the like you'd be like, oh man, I really miss so and so's pizza or so and so's burgers. But like a perfect example is like a Red Rabbit, right? You love Red Rabbit. Who doesn't love Red Rabbit?
Bottomless fries.
Yeah. Would I drive 3 hours for it?
No.
What? Unless I was coming to visit someone else.
You get the sprinkly, powdery stuff mailed to you. I think you can do that. What's
Can
it
you?
called? The Red Rabbit dust or something?
I
I
don't
don't know.
Rabbit poop. Anyway, let's move on, but we're going to stay on food. Are you a raw cookie dough person?
Yeah.
So's my wife.
And I don't care if it's got eggs in it or if it's that newfangled.
Hold on. The Food and Drug Administration, along with Centers for Disease Control,
La 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 la. I don't want to hear it.
is still trying to get you to stop eating raw cookie dough. One reason you're not supposed to eat it is because it usually contains a raw egg, which you just mentioned, and could contain E. coli. We've heard about that for years. Yeah, right? Don't eat it. It's got raw egg. Now, they're saying that the flour in raw cookie dough could also contain E. coli. As part of the warning, the CDC cites 2 recent E. coli outbreaks that has sickened over 80 people in recent years, both traced back to what?
Round kinky now.
Cookie dough.
Question.
What's up?
How many people have died?
I don't see a death count.
Then I'm doing it.
So okay.
And that number would have had to be really high for me to still not do it.
So, yeah, I mean, right. If you were going out of your house and meeting people when coronavirus was at its peak,
Cookie dough don't scare me.
at least it'll be worth. We just talked about it'd be worth it for a drive. If you're sick, you're like, oh my god, I'm in so much pain, my stomach hurts. But that cookie dough is so delicious.
If I'm going out, that's a good
I
way to go.
regret nothing.
Now I want cookie dough.
Sammy, beloved mother and radio personality, good friend. You know, tried being a wife a few times. Dying doing what she loved.
Oh, what's that?
Eating raw cookie dough.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the best eulogy ever. Don't worry.
Hopefully it's better than your wedding speech.
My wedding speech for you was very good. I just screwed up at the end.
To Puff and Sammy at
w-
my wedding.
I was so used to saying Puff and Sammy instead of your husband's name and Sammy. It is what it is.
It was funny.
Yeah, whatever.
I think people thought you planned that.
I did not. Did I jinx that marriage?
Yes.
My fault?
It's all your fault. I needed somebody to blame it on besides me.
All right, let's move on. Yeah, have you guys ever watched a sci-fi movie? Don't do this.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part, it's free. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Hey, honey, how are the taxes going?
Pretty good. Let's see. We either get $800 back or we owe $4,000.
I think we should call H&R Block.
Let's face it, taxes can be confusing and the laws seem to change every year. Let the professionals at your local H&R Block take the worry out of your tax season. H&R Block in Dillsburg, Newville, Biglerville, Fairfield, and Gettysburg have been owned by the same family for over 50 years, and they've been there for every tax law change along the way. Don't leave money on the table. File your taxes confidently with H&R Block.
Everyone is going through something right now, and we're all in this together. That's why CBD American Shaman of PA is looking out for you and your health. During this trying time, CBD American Shaman of PA is focused on safety and the needs of their customers. That's why right now they're offering curbside pickup along with home deliveries. Let American Shaman help you manage these stressful times. To find out how to get high-quality CBD products and a free bottle of Shaman cleansing gel without even leaving your car or home, visit hempishealth.com. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com.
Now back to the Puff and Steph podcast.
And we're back, and I'm wondering, has anybody ever seen a science fiction movie ever? If you did, you would not do this. A human-mouse hybrid created at the State University of New York and Roswell Park Cancer Center contains around 4% human cells, which is claimed to be the largest ever combined. Researchers who created the hybrid embryo containing both human and mouse cells found the human cells learned from the mouse neighbors and developed much more quickly than they normally would, 17 days as opposed to 56 days. That process might take a normal human embryo to develop, 56 days, and it did in 17.
See, when you first said a hybrid of mouse and human, I'm picturing how did they make that happen?
So, Sammy, when
And I was like,
when a mouse and a human meet and they fall in love,
I was like, I don't want that.
you know what it is? It's like, hey, what's a mouse like this doing in a place like this? Oh, yeah.
I really like the way your tail wiggles or something. Stop
What?
trying to make it sexy. It's so weird.
Do you want to find the cheese? Okay, no, it's
Stop it.
it's
Stop
nothing like that. It's nothing like that. They did it in a lab.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scientists create these bizarre hybrid embryos in order to study questions about disease and aging. Sure, they do. Have you ever seen a movie on the Sci-Fi Channel?
I don't like sci-fi movies.
Like Sharknado?
Oh,
It's so dumb that it's funny. Like, new on Sci-Fi, Mouse Person, or whatever they're going to call it.
but now listen, it's 2020. All this other crazy stuff is happening. Now you got murder hornets and mice people.
Right? Exactly.
Way to go.
Did you not hear that scientists are saying that mice are actually going to be more aggressive because there's been less people and less food around? So they're hungry.
hangry?
They're hangry. They're going to have hangry, aggressive mice.
Well, great.
So you could have a hangry, aggressive mice people, and they develop quicker. So that means they can replicate faster.
and then they turn into zombies.
Would that? Yes. Zombie mice people who ride on the backs of giant murder hornets.
Wearing masks.
Now, are they people the size of mice, or are they mice the size of people? I don't know. All I know is
It's
that
all weird.
somebody has to have their movie rights to this.
Stop playing with that kind of stuff. It's scary.
What's it in Jurassic Park? We have to stop wondering if we could and start wondering if we should.
Yes.
Yeah.
We know we can, but it's not a good idea, maybe.
So I don't know about you, but this makes me happy. You want to talk about return to normalcy? This is return to normalcy. Costco plans to bring back free samples.
Woo! Finally.
Costco plans to start bringing back its legendary free samples this month with some changes. The retailer suspended its popular sample thing during safety concerns. Costco execs say that they're going to be targeting a mid-June return. Things like the old method samplers won't be allowed to just pick up and open a thing with your fingers. Like you're probably just going to get it like handed to you.
No, what they should do is throw it in your mouth. Just like say ah and do it that way.
There you go. Hey,
From 6 feet away.
do you want to try this shrimp? Open wide.
It hits you in the eye.
At the end of the day, like you're paid based on your percentage of making it into
Of
people's
how many
mouths.
mouths you got.
All right, Puff, you got. I'm terrible at basketball, so you shot 33% today. It's not very good. You wasted a lot of product.
And one person choked. Great.
You hit 3 people in the eye. It's gonna be a lawsuit. I don't think this is gonna work. How do you get it through their mask?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you open up the top of your mask like it's a basket.
Ooh, yeah.
I bank it off people's foreheads. It just falls right in their mask basket.
What's it called? What's it called in basketball? The
Backboard?
Yeah, that's it.
See, I know a lot about basketball. Hoops, as I call it. Anyway, we do this thing every day called Stump Steph. I don't know if you're aware of it. And it's just like 5% of people do this. And I can give you hints and answer questions.
I remember doing this before.
Okay.
Okay.
But instead of Stump Steph, it's Stump Sami. Thank God your name starts with an S. Okay. She came up because we put it down, flip it, and reverse it, and we do Perplex Puff. She came up with that.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
That's a big word.
Big vocabulary. It's a word of the day calendar. 5% of people surveyed said that they eat this every single day. What is it? 5% eat this every single day.
Is it something weird?
No, it's not something weird.
Okay.
It's something that I'm sure you like and I like, but not every day. I would be way
Every
bigger than I am now, I think.
Day. Bread?
Close.
Pasta. Really?
Every day? You're rocking
yeah.
pasta?
Hello. Carbaholic. I would. I probably do.
All right, that's pretty
point.
solid. That's pretty solid. That one was a good warm-up for you.
Okay.
Right? 44% of men surveyed admitted doing this in a public restroom. What is it? Before you say anything, PG answers. I don't give Steph anything that's inappropriate, okay? That's a rule that we made.
44%, that's almost half.
44% of men surveyed admitted to doing this in public restrooms. Again, PG.
Take a selfie.
Good answer, but no.
Good, because I would judge them so hard.
Here's my dirty truck stop selfie.
All I can think of is like other bodily. Wash their hands?
No. Let me give you a hint.
Could I hope more than that? Wash their hands.
Girls do this all the time. It's shocking that guys, 44% of guys, I am not in the 44%.
Check themselves in the mirror?
Nope.
Put on makeup?
Nope. This is public restrooms. What do you do? Think about what you do in public restrooms.
I do my business. I wash my hands. I get out.
Right. Is there a certain way you do your business?
Oh, sitting down?
Yeah, but not quite.
Hovering? Ah.
44% of men are hovering in public bathrooms.
Huh.
Not one of those guys.
No. I'm not one of those girls.
For me, it's like, I'm in here. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
If something's gross, I clean it or I move to the next stall. Most
Yeah.
of the time, I
Or
move to the next
At
stall.
the very least, put some toilet paper on the
Yeah,
seat or
I
something.
don't even bother doing that.
No.
Yeah, so for those 44%, I mean, good job, I guess. Parents are probably really proud. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.